and welcome to my channel. I thought, look, I would record kitting down. It's probably been a while since I've actually kitted down anything, but yeah, I've got my safety of my tweezers. I've got my tweezers in hand. I've got bags to put my drills in, and these are my leftover drills from Boulevard Walk. This is from Cami. I will show you at the end. I just figured that for you seeing colours, it would probably be better on a white background than showing the full glorious colour of the diamond painting with me throwing stuff everywhere. So these are all my leftover drills. I did run out of 2 colours. I have just messaged the seller. I've raided 2 kits, but unfortunately one of the kits that I've raided before, because 336 clearly isn't a common number. So I've contacted Cami. I've told them that I've run out of a particular colour and I've asked for their help. I was actually going to try and transition you, but I've jigged around with my camera, so let's see if this will work. So what I want to do, I know I've got jiggery pokery going on here. Right, now this is my technique with doing Ziploc bags. So you basically thumb, forefinger, slide, crack it open. See, I've got a funnel. Now, I don't want a funnel here because I actually want to get the drills in and then pour in. Let me do my jiggery pokery. My husband is awesome because my zoom now works and I just have to click a button and it's just... He makes computing fun for me because he gets to play it, something he actually understands and I don't. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this, I used my Xyron sticker maker. I used the repositionable, that is the term, repositionable labels. And all I'm going to do is stick that on there. Now, when I started diamond painting, I'm going to just throw these into a big bag here on the side just to get them out of the way. When I started diamond painting and people were saying, oh, I do this with my bags and I do this with my bags or my leftover drills, and I'm kind of going, yeah, what am I going to do? So I went out and I happened to see, I'm going to show you this technique a few times, so don't mind me playing with the camera without necessarily telling you what I'm doing. So I went to a local dollar store and they happened to have mini Tic Tacs in fun size bags or boxes. So I've got these little Tic Tacs that are tiny, and I kind of figured, well, worst comes to the worst, I've got lots of Tic Tacs to eat. I still have a whole tub of Tic Tacs in the orange flavour because the orange flavour I actually like. So my husband got all the other flavours and I've kept the oranges. Shh, don't tell him. So I've got boxes and boxes of these mini Tic Tacs that I'm not going to end up using as spare drills, because this is why. These drills from Cami are not brilliant. I don't want to mix my shitty drills with my good drills from Evermoment, say. And then that doesn't take into account the fact that you've got the likes of rounds and squares, and then you've got the difference with the drill quality between store to store, and yeah, I thought I didn't want to mix. So what I'm actually doing, whether or not this is the be all and end all, this is where I'm at right now. I'm not going to be throwing my drills away, and the reason why is because I'm conscious of the environmental impact on these microplastics. It was the reason that actually made me hesitate getting into this. Excuse me a second. I'm just gonna tip you up and then get my Swiss cheese out of the way. Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, you rude thing. Alright. Sorry, I've now got wires in my head. So yeah, I really hesitated about getting into this as a hobby. No, I'm actually going to leave it. I'm not. I was thinking of putting these in as a part of the Ziploc bag. I'm not. I'm going to leave them all in there. So yeah, I hesitated. I got down to the very last one of this one, so I don't have a 168. So this is going to just go under here. I actually have this. Now this is a piece of just laminate, acetate, whatever you want to call it. I've just stuck stickers on it. Somewhere to put them. Okay. So yeah, I'm very, very conscious of the whole plastics in the environment. Look, I'm not crazy when it comes to environmental stuff. Oh, wrong one. But I don't necessarily want to go out and purposely screw things up either. It's not always easy being environmentally conscious and not ruin the environment some other way. I did. Here's an interesting point. I had a colleague who commented on some environmental climate protesters recently, and he was saying, you know, did they use cotton sheets and that kind of thing, because cotton is one of the worst industries for using resources that are actually environmentally damaging. I thought, oh yeah, right. So the cotton bag's not necessarily the best thing that we could use. Probably hemp would be a better one because it's so easy to grow, or some other kind of fabric. Anyway, that was neither here nor there, but you know, we take for granted the things that are disposable or not disposable, but we don't necessarily take into account what goes into manufacturing the non-disposable items either. So yeah, I tried to be somewhat conscious of it, and then I went out and bought a heap of diamond paintings and haven't stopped since. So, yeah. I'll probably leave the demonstrations at that for doing the bags. If you want to have a look at that, you can go back. I'm up to 7 minutes, so go back over the first 7 minutes and you can replay to your heart's content the Ziploc bag technique. I do also have a 15-minute video on the technique showing how easy it is. I have proven that it works, and I have passed the tip on to other people, and Mrs. Coffee is absolutely delighted because she is the bag queen. She loves her bags, and yeah, but it works. I've practiced and practiced, and it is really, really good. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'll show you probably when I get to finish. I've got a tub that I've got all my leftover drills in. And what I've done is, I think, predominantly kept them as a kit. Now the beauty of doing that is that I can go back through my old inventories and I can actually find what colour was in what kit, and then I can go, that's where I'm going. So the folder that I use to store my sheets in, I actually photocopy them and use the photocopy for my stickers, so I still have the full photocopy not cut up. Stop, Sophie. So the idea is that I can go back and trace what colours I've got. So that's how I was able to find one of the colours that I ran out of, or two of the colours that I ran out of. And as I said, one of those kits has actually been raped twice for this particular colour 336. Which is interesting. So I have contacted Camille and I have said, I've run out of colour, 2 bags, can you please replace, because I've been unable to finish my painting. Now they don't necessarily need to know, yes I did actually finish the painting, but not by anything that they did, but by something that I actually took the initiative in doing. So I still need those drills replaced, and it's either they replace them for me with, I don't know, a 3-cent charge, because they try and do the whole, oh, but we need a shipping number and you need to pay 1 cent, and 1 US cent is actually 3 Aussie cents. And I'm kind of going, yeah, this is a rip-off. But anyway, just give me the damn bags. So that's what I've done before from one company, and there was a bit of stuffing around. There was a bit of fiddling and saying, make the payment but don't make the payment, and yeah, it was all kinds of dodgy. So I think I ended up having to get a card that had no balance on it so that I could try and pay and the payment wouldn't go through, and it was all kinds of farcical. But got there eventually, got my drills. Yeah. But yeah, so just be wary. If the companies on Ali, if they do ask you for a 1 cent charge, look, they don't need to, because I've actually had another company that I contacted saying, hey, I was short drills, and they said a couple of days later, here's your tracking number, enjoy your drills. And I was like, what? So yeah, they don't need to give you a charge to get a tracking number. Bullshit. Don't believe it. But it's up to you if you want to argue that toss, because they may or may not want to play ball. Now, these are the ones that came from a different kit. Possibly from the same store, to be honest. I can't recall. It was what I call Wet Black Cat, which is a cartoony version of a black cat that's sodden. So yeah, that's where they came from. But I will... I've kept them aside, I think. Or maybe I will keep them out, because they need to go back into that kit, even though it's less than I need. I will otherwise have to raid the spares, and it's just getting silly. This was part of my Drills and Chills project that we did for, I think, the month of September and October. It's basically running by Tiny Worlds of Wonder, and there is another collaborator that she had where the hashtag was Drills and Chills, and we had to take a picture of an unstarted work, and by the end of the month of October the 31st we had to take a photo of the finished work, and for every finished work you had, you were entered into a draw of some kind. So for me, it was divided into a panel of, must have been 16. And each panel is approximately 1.5 hours work. So I knew I could do one panel each evening after work and after dinner, and, you know, it was a bit of wind down time. I knew if I was getting behind, because I was going to run out of days in the month, and I got 2 sections done on the DP-a-thon, and I got 2 sections done last night and finished it, just because I think I started earlier in the evening after work. Cracked on, got it done, and yes, I'm kind of glad to see the back of it. It wasn't a terrible kit. I guess what I could do is a bit of a post review. I did take a photo of the worst of the drills that's in another kit, sorry, in the other box. The worst of the drills actually had like lead shot scattered through it. So they had lots and lots of little balls of resin. The other drills, some of them had what I call skirts. I think in 3D printing world it's called a brim. So yeah, they had these flat kind of things. Now, I don't have a problem necessarily with the flats that spread out around the drill. What I do is make sure that I place them first, and then the neighbour sits on top of the little skirt and it flattens it, and it still sticks because there's only a tiny bit that's overlapping. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the skirt. the problem comes when you have the little kind of baby off the side, with those little dinks from where they join in the drill process. So not too much of that. Some drills were big fat drills, some drills were just the regular. It was a little bit inconsistent. I think I've had another kit from Cammy and found similar. So in that message to the store today, I've also said, hey, by the way, you might want to check your machines because this color was disgusting. As in, it was full of shot. Please check your machinery. You may have a problem. And sent them a photo of it. So don't need a replacement for those. It was just a lot of crap that I was throwing away. And because it would just shake down into the rest of it, you couldn't really get rid of it. So it was just kind of floating around like, you know, just rubbish. The drills weren't oily, the drills weren't staticky. Oh, sorry, one of them I think was a bit staticky, but that didn't last. I don't use dryer sheets, or at least haven't had to yet. Maybe it's down to how I kit, or what I kit in, or something. I don't know. But haven't had staticky drills, which is good. Yeah. If you would like to, I know a lot of creators, or I say a lot, it might not be a lot, but I have seen some creators trying to promote diamond painting on Instagram. Now, I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's easier to promote stuff on Instagram. I've been using Instagram for years. I've been a Fat Mum Slim photograph taker for a number of years. Stopped recently in the last, I don't think I've done maybe the last 2 years, but I'm still part of the group. And so I've been taking photos on Instagram, but never actually used it as a publicity kind of scenario. But a lot of people are doing it. The hashtags are kind of handy in that you can favorite your hashtag as well as your people. But it does throw me every now and then when you see a Diamond Art Club hashtag and it's posted by someone who's not Diamond Art Club and the picture's clearly not Diamond Art Club, and it's like, what? So that's a little bit weird. I think hashtags can be abused very easily in the wrong places by people who just want the hits. But anyway, I have found other people. Oops. It's not 999. It's going to look like 999. It's 666. I have found some amazing creators though on Instagram, and I have actually found a company based, well, sorry, the couple seem to be based in the UK, and they either recently linked their Facebook, or Facebook has just told me that they recently linked, or Facebook anyway told me, hey, somebody that you follow on Facebook is now on someone you follow on Instagram is now on Facebook. Do you want to follow the group? I was like, oh, okay. And then I actually found out that they had a store. I tend not to go chasing bio links, and I get confused by bio links in Instagram. So I don't go shopping from Instagram. So anyway, I found this store and I'm talking to them at the moment, or at least I've sent them a message. They've sent me a reply saying, we're really busy, we'll get back to you when we're not so busy. And I was like, yep, cool. But at least she responded, because I had a barrage of questions going, where are you based? What do you do? What are your canvases? Tell me everything, kind of questions. I was like, okay. And I was kind of saying, look, I'm only a little YouTube channel, but here's my channel. And I said, we are constantly on the lookout for new businesses, and I want to have the questions answered before I put anything up on the channel, on my channel. Because once I put stuff on my channel, other people are going to see it, and it's hopefully going to snowball both for them and for me. So I'm not after anything with this company. I'm just after answer my questions for now. It could be like a, I think you call it over in the States a mom and pop store. It does seem to be a married couple who run it in the UK. The English is good, so it's not a fake cover for a Chinese couple or anything else. Because that was one of my fears. I think we've had too much of that with the Victoria Moon debacle. So, yeah, just basically kind of said, you know, do you do any specials? Do you collaborate with other artists? That kind of thing. They have kits in all sizes, give or take. I did look at one kit and I'm going, this is going to look really, really stupid in that size. But they didn't have that available in that tiny, tiny size. Whether that's because they themselves would not sell something in that size, or actually it ran out, or who knows. So I'm a bit wary of the sizes that they sell. The prices are not necessarily the cheapest. So I'm also initially not all that impressed. There's nothing really screaming out to me, we're different. So it'll be interesting to see what they come back with. But yeah, it's just some of my latest kind of adventures. So what I will do when I've got all of these kitted down is actually find the smallest big bag to fit them into. Now, my husband is a bit of a hoarder. I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I can't tar him with the same brush. But he has passed on the terrible, terrible habit of storing everything in plastic tubs, which is actually quite handy because they're neater. So the tray that I did have my spare drills in might need to be enlarged. I will play with that off camera and see where we go. Oh, Sophie's coming. Uh-oh. I think Sophie's in a bit of a mood. What's up? You after something? What's up? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Come here. Oh, turn, turn, turn. Double. Push. What? Sophie just like sitting in my lap, which is going to be good while it lasts. While she's little, but I don't know if she'll be staying little for too much longer. Although she might. Yeah, she stayed little for quite a while. These bags, I'm not sure where these bags came from. I may have bought them. I can't remember. But they are nice little bags. But you do get plenty of bags with a lot of the kits that you never use. The only problem is that they're wrinkled, whereas these ones are actually flat and pretty by comparison. So the beauty with these being the repositionable is I can lift them, I can put them on the bags, and yeah, just keep going. Oop. Right, ruined that. I think there was a sticky bit on one end. Nope. And I think my husband has taken my sticky tape. I need a Sharpie. Hopefully that won't rub out. It's certainly not the end of the world losing the sticker at this point. I will get it off though. Because what it also does is you blew it away, Sophie. It leaves my kit nice and clean for the next kit. I really like using these pill containers, as I said before, on some of my whips or some of my unboxings of these. These little pill tubs hold 3 bags of the 200s. And in many cases that's all you need for a lot of the colors, because you only need, like, you only get 1 bag, say, in the small colors. And these are plenty big enough, and then you just store the rest in a big bag over to the side and dispense as you need them. So that's all I do for these. Now I have got some bigger kits, bigger bottles. I've got bigger bottles in 2 of my work in progresses at the moment. I've got a custom and I've got a Diamond Art Club I Miss You, and they have larger quantities of colours, so they're probably utilised more using the bigger containers. The 5 centimetre bottles, I've got the link in my description for the Logan Store bag. There you go. No? You want to stay? Okay, quit your whimpering then. Now, have a look at this. This is kind of what I mean about the buckshot. So you see all those little just bits of crap? I could put it in a oops. Yeah, I'm back. I could put it into a sieve and just give it a bit of a shake. I think I've done that before with 1 packet of drills. It drove me nuts. But yeah, to be honest, I'm packing these up and I can't be bothered. Tap. You can maybe see peeking out under here is an index card. That's what I use in my bags before I use my kits. So each bag of drills from the stores gets put into a large Ziploc bag. It's a heavy duty Ziploc bag, and I can squeeze all the air out and kind of vacuum seal it to a point. So the index card goes in that to clearly identify the name of the kit that I've done, or at least the name that I've named it, if it's just a generic kind of name, because often Ali don't have proper names. Okay, okay. Got it? You going? Are you going to stay? Okay, you can stay. So yeah, I've got the name of the kit. I've got the name of the store that it came from. I have the size, the drill, whether it's round, square, or rhinestone, the amount of colors, and then if it's Diamond Art Club, I have if it's got any special drills or ABs as well. That's my common kind of code cataloging criteria. Now what I used to do was have that card, excuse my Swiss cheese plant getting involved, I used to have that card in purple on my drills, and then I used to have another card in black in my folder, and the black one in the folder was configured so that I could put the image onto the card. So if I ever wanted to find, what am I looking for? Wow. Arabic today? Yes? Okay. You sure? Are you speaking with lollies in your mouth? Tap. So yeah, that was my cataloguing. It hasn't let me down yet, although the problem being, if I don't get an inventory sheet, it does make things a bit awkward. Now, what I have found with the new labels from Diamond Art Club is I don't need to do any kind of card because all the information is there. It's awesome. But it means that once I use the sticker, I don't have any of the information. So I can't necessarily look back and see, oh, what have I done, or where have I done it, or anything like that. And I haven't actually dated any of these. Hold on, Sophie. I'll let you down. I'll let you down just now. Hold on. Okay, go. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's started to say, okay, after you say something to her, and she was just after being told, okay, you guys can scoot, I'm going to do a recording, and herself and her big sister were sitting on the chair next to me reading. I thought, oh, you're a little bit too loud to want to have you chattering in the background, as cute and all as it is. Not everyone is going to necessarily want to hear kids in the background. So I was kind of said, okay, you can go now. And she goes, okay, bye. And she starts gathering up her teddies, and then, you know, she's kind of going, bye, see ya. I was like, oh my god, it's just so cute. Yeah, my husband and I absolutely lost it. I wish it was that way with everything, because she doesn't pick up her toys yet. She's just Hurricane Sophie. She leaves everything on the floor, mass destruction. And for some reason doesn't like anything being on anything but the floor. So she'll actually clear off tables and put everything on the floor. It's like, oh, please, kid. So there you have it. There are 21 days in these two tubs, so that's 42. There was 41 colors in this in total, so I had one pocket spare. So 2 of these works really, really well. I haven't actually done a kit with these that's had more than the 2 colors. I have had more colors in my custom and in my Diamond Art Club, and I've used the Logan bags that you've seen me unbox. So the only thing left now for me to clean on these containers, there's no sticky residue with the repositionable Xyron. The only thing I need to do is get my tub of methylated spirits, a cotton bud and a tissue, and wash off the name and I have back to basics as new boxes. And I would dare you to find a simpler method, to be honest. If you can't, go for it. Bags might be the simplest because you're not actually having to relabel anything, but there you go. I have actually worked on kits that are just Ziploc bags, but not necessarily a lot of Ziploc bags. So I'm not overly sure how I will go about working that kit. Whether I will put them into a box with cards or something to order the numbers so that I'm being methodical rather than kind of going, because I don't do color sections. I do I suppose geographical sections. I do small sections that I've kind of pre-measured because I usually have done the opaque cover or I've replaced the clear cover or something. Alright, so these are my spare bags. All of my little bags get thrown in there. Some stuff. See, these are the kind of tubs I use. Everything is tubbed. It's really simple. These are the Logan Store bags I'm talking about. They have 60 bottles, 5 centimeters high, and they carry 1,000 drills. No, Sophie, go find something else. Nope, go. Okay, bye. Something has moved down here. Alright, this is what I've got spare drills in. Okay, so this is the card that was in my drill bag. Okay, so you've got the name of it. This was a fake lover's stroll. It's called Boulevard Walk by Camille. So you've got the store, you've got the size, you've got the square, and you've got the colours. And then I've got a note saying that I've taken 336 from Wet Black Cat, which is my colloquial name. So this would be the black version that was in my inventory folder. And it's got the picture of the kit. So this is the daisy scene that I've done before. I called it a Daisy Lake scene. This is my Huacan kit. They came in Huacan Ziploc bags. And I think there was only... So what I've done with these is to stick on the icon and the DMC code from my kit. Not because I needed them for anything, just to put them somewhere. So it's getting a little bit full. I was hoping to be able to pack them into this. I should be able to. And I just need to get this bag to open and I can start dropping these in. Doesn't really matter what order they go in. I'm really not fussed. But the thing is, they're all in uniform sizes. They're all from one kit. I have an inventory sheet somewhere that's going to tell me what colors are in the whole kit. And I've got the card saying this is what's in here. Give it a bit of a squeeze. Block it off. Hopefully I've got it. No. Give it a bit of a squeeze. And that kind of vacuum kind of seals itself off. And that then goes in for raiding the next time. They're not fitting in very well with those inner compartmentalized trays. But But yeah, there you have it. I'll leave that. I'll do that fussing around off camera. And then I've got my heavy duty Ziploc bag that I can reuse. I'll put this one back. This was the colour that I had to raid from my spares. I think, yeah, that would have been Hokan that I raided. And yeah, I'll put that back in my wet black cat, and I'll be done. Oh yes, show you the image. There is the image. Let me get that out of the way because it's overlapping. And yeah, that's it. That's Lovers. No, that's sorry. It's Boulevard Walk. It's the fake Lovers Stroll. I just finished it off with some washi tape. I'm not convinced the corners are going to stay down, but I just thought it would maybe edge it a bit better. All I needed originally was some washi tape down the side there because it was too much sticky overlap. Not much sticky overlap on this one. It's got a really small, compact little border. This would be 10 centimeters, so, or sorry, 10 mil. So it'd be a 20 mil gap on either side, not like the 4 and 5 centimeter edging that we can get on some kits. But it was pretty good. Not much popping drills. There's a couple of rays. There's a couple of creases down here. These are the size of my panels. So these are about an hour and a half kind of duration. So yeah, 16 of those to do the project. And it gave me that bit of planning, I guess, how many sessions it's going to take. I did time my Daisy Lake scene, which is 60 by 45, and it took about 72 hours to complete it. So that gave me an idea how much work is involved in getting the bigger paintings done and how little time I actually devote to diamond painting some weeks, because I only get 1 or 2 panels done, and then other times I'll be doing it every single night and every weekend and things like that. But I've got a couple of different projects on the go, so one kit doesn't necessarily get full attention, so it takes that bit longer. So yeah, there you go. There's the finish. You saw the bag of drills that were left over. Pretty good. As I said, I think it was 2 colours I ran out of to the drill. There was some rubbish, but overall not too bad. There was 2 colours that had the shot through it, those little bally bits. But otherwise the crap was minimal. I think it got to a point where I was throwing it over my shoulder like it was salt and pepper to get vacuumed up the next day. I didn't bother keeping a drill tray because I think I kept a drill tray. Sophie sent one flying. I sent one flying, and it was just like, ah, oh, this is too hard. It can lay where it lands now. So yeah, I don't have an actual collection of rubbish, which would be possibly interesting, but I do have the photo. I'll pop it in showing the drill tray with all that goop in it with the shot. So yeah, so you saw the close-up, but I actually took a photo of the other colour that was full of that shot as well, and it was, yeah, it was horrible kind of bitty things that get stuck in your pen, and you have to get the tweezers to hook them out because it actually fills the whole point of the pen. Stupid things. Yeah, Camille, not too bad for what they are. I think I looked on AliExpress. This kit cost me $11, so that would be added on for GST for Australia. So over in the US, this is kind of like 6, 7, maybe 6. You know, which is quite reasonable for a kit. I did buy it knowing it was supposed to have been Lover's Stroll by DAC, but when I looked at it closer, I actually saw, no, hang on, this tree is different, and this is 1 person and not 2, and there were subtle differences, and I kind of thought, oh, you've actually designed it and tweaked it and thrown it back out. So it's not really a fake DAC, it's been doctored in the style of Graham Gherkin, which I'm going to do at some point soon. So I've got a comparison within the 2. Rachel actually gave me the advice of doing Camille before I did Diamond Art Club because I'd regret it. And yeah, I'm working on my first Diamond Art Club being I Miss You. and quite happy with those drills. And I've done EverMoment. Oh my god, EverMoment was just amazing. So if you hate square drills, you can't say you hate square drills, please, until you have either done Diamond Art Club or EverMoment. After you've done an EverMoment or after you've done a DAC, then you can say, I don't like square drills, because it's the good drills as opposed to bad drills. Bad square drills are the pits. They're going to put you off diamond painting almost. So until you've had good square drills, you can't actually say whether or not you hate square drills. That's all I can say for you. I did a terrible cat thing and everything. It was popping drills everywhere. It was absolutely horrible. And then I went from my black cat to my Leonard Afremov EverMoment and absolutely loved the square drills. It was it was night and day. That's all I can say. Good drills, square drill, good drills, bad drills, night and day. So once you line up your tray with the grid and you're going like this, it's really, really fast. The only way that rounds are faster is because you're not having to orientate them that little bit more, but you can actually master working fast on square drills. So please, before you judge, make sure it's good square drills that you're judging, and then it's down to, you know, whatever other method that you can say is an issue, and that's not a problem, but they're not all the same. Okay, I'll leave you to it. I've been blabbering on far too long, and you've seen me kit down this, and I'm going to do something that I actually enjoy for a little bit, which is probably going back to my custom and my Diamond Art Club, get a couple of sections done of that, and then get stuck into Victoria's Moon. That's what I've got to do next. That's my next project. I have to give them a run for their money and see if they can put their mouth where they said it was. And if it's as good as they're bragging about, because we haven't seen too many finishes, I don't think, of Victoria's Moon, but every dog and their cat got a Victoria's Moon given to them. So let's see if they can actually prove their worth, as opposed to this whole fanatical obsession of giving away free kits. Alright, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure having you on my channel, and yeah, come and check out some of my other videos. Click subscribe, like, drop me a comment, let me know what you think of my kitting down method. Let me know what you think, if you've ever had a Cami kit before, and what you think of them. I don't think they're all bad. They're not brilliant, but they're not all bad. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.